I teach from today? Hi everyone, welcome to Talk and Chalk. I'm Beck. It's school holidays at the moment, so I'm in my classroom preparing for term 4. And before I decide to move everything around and change the walls, I thought I'd show you what it currently looks like and how I try and use my room in a 360-degree format, moving anywhere around the room. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour of what is in the classroom at the moment before I move everything and how I use it functionally as a 360-degree room. So I'm going to take you around the room. So this is what it looks like when you approach my room. Little sign out the front. That's not a pin board, which is why I've got the string there and just some tacks to hang that up. I love this string. And this is just printed and laminated on there. I don't use that too much as a display because we're always inside. So we'll go in. And if you've seen my other videos before, you know this is where I keep the home readers. So they know they come in straight away. Normally there's a sign here for them to tick off their names. I've got to make a new one for next term. I'm just going to shut the door in case anyone else comes in to work for the holidays. And first up is the reading corner. And sometimes we come here to do work. I've only got a small class. I've got 18 students, so they can fit there tightly if we want to do something. I've returned lots of books to the library at the moment, so I need to replenish those shelves. Oh, out of focus there. This at the moment is just a bit of a word wall for maths, and we're going to add to that this term. We're going to make lots and lots of interactive resources to go up there. Okay, so moving around. At the back here, just some displays with student work. I try not to use too many sort of laminated printables that I just stick up that don't get used. This constantly changes with their work, and this is just some work from Google Classroom that I've left up. I probably left that up a little bit too long. I need to change that with some other activities that they've got. But these tables are constantly moving. We come over here to work. We've got sort of a bit of a campfire space here. And we've got the pillows that can easily come to the floor. And I sometimes come and sit on the ottoman here. And I can almost fit my whole class around here because the kids are only little. I've got year 2. So I can fit 2 kids on there, 2 kids on there, 2 kids on there, and then pillows on the floor and then some kids standing. And we can have an activity down here or the Surface Pro down here. And I use that space to teach from there as well. Okay, moving up here, you can see I've got the double-sided cube storage here. So we keep lots of things in the drawers. Those are just my clipboards. And there's resources here for, you know, different activities. And there's dress ups in the bottom there. But I like the fact that the kids can come on here and work. They can put workbooks there. They can talk there. They can take their reading books and stand to work over there. And I sometimes stand at the end here with a small group that's gathered around, depending on what we're doing. This space that's over here, you can see the mat. That's my divider. So I can say to the kids, go and sit on the grey mat. And I sit in the chair, or the student sits in the chair, depending on what we're doing. We can use the whiteboard for work. And I love the fact this is on wheels. So I can rotate this around the room. It's really lightweight. Storage underneath, room for dusters and pens and things, storage at the back to hang things. And that can move around the room anywhere. So literally, I can walk that over there if I want to the reading corner if we're going to do an activity. And we've just got some displays at the moment on things to do. So we had some Lego challenges. So the kids got to pick a challenge that they wanted to do from the Lego challenge wall, make it, and then we usually try and tie it in with our writing so they can write a story to go with it. They can write a description of what they made. They can write a set of instructions on how to recreate what they made. They have lots of fun with that. So our computer table area really can't be moved. This has to stay because that's where all of our cables and connections and everything are. So this was set up though with some tables along the back wall there, just in a straight line, but they were student tables. They were really small, so the keyboard was stuck like this and they only had a tiny amount of space for their mouse. Now they've got room to put their books, put some papers, spread out. There's usually 4 or so kids here at a time if they're working together to research or use Google Classroom. And they've got their login cards there, sorry. And they've all got headphones so that if they're, you know, listening to anything, it's not going to disturb the class. And there's plenty of space here to move around and have people. And obviously, like I said, this moves. So if they need room, they just move that and they could all fit in there. So even though the computers themselves can't move, we can fit around this as a group if we want to. Sometimes the kids pull the stools over or the other ottomans over and sit around the edge there. And sometimes if they're just helping someone out, they'll come here with the work that they're doing and just every now and then helping the person that's on the computer. So this is just another table space here. Obviously, this is a very heavy table. It's hard to move, which is why I try and move this one every single term to a new spot. But the chairs are easy to move. Sometimes the chairs go and they just stand around that table. But they are using the windows at the moment as displays. So they've been working on some D&D stuff and they've been putting it up on the windows here since we had a bit of space. And the kids know that their work is up there and they refer to it for other activities, but that's a whole other video that I'm getting into. This space I love though. It's a bit hard to see with the light behind it, but we've been working on frogs. I've taken down some of the displays since it's the end of term, but this is a gigantic post-it note, bit of paper. So I'll just see if I can pull one off. This is sticky note, sorry. So I can pull that off there and then, whoop, it's gonna drop. If I need to, I'm just going to walk it over here. And I'm going to take that one off. It's sticky. I can stick it there now. And that sticks, so you can see here. I can stick that anywhere in the room now. So sometimes the kids will come and sit here. They'll congregate on the chairs and the tables and everything, or bring the pillows over and sit on the floor. And then we can come up here and make notes or do a joint construction or do writing on the run or plan something, and that'll go up there and then we can stick it anywhere in the room. So at the moment, a lot of those are actually in the classroom next door because we've been collaborating for writing and going into the other room. So we have the door open for that morning session and they can go in and out and use the different prompts that are up on the walls there. So it's a great resource. Okay, this space over here near the word wall, that lounge is fairly lightweight. The kids can move it if they sort of do it together. I just make sure they do it together so they don't rip the carpet. The ottomans are totally lightweight. The table is lightweight, so these can move around anywhere and you can fit people all around it. So sometimes I'll sit in this chair just because it's my chair and I like it, it's comfy, and we'll use the word wall. So we've got the table here that the students can work at, and then we can refer to the word wall. And I pinched this idea from my lovely teacher next door where I use the laminated letter with space on the side so that instead of having to get cardboard and cut everything out all the time to add to it, we can just write it, which is good because then I can model how you write it, I can model the handwriting, we can sound it out together as I write it down, or if I found the words somewhere in a book, I'm going to hold the book as I copy it up there. And then the kids know. And it's a conversation that we have. It's not just me chucking it up on the wall, it's usually a conversation with whatever we're doing at the table here, or even as a class if I come over and do it. And sometimes the kids will ask me to add a word that might not be something that I'm doing with a group, but it could be something that they're doing. So you can see the different words that get added as we go. And the reason I really, really like the patterns that I've got on here, and I will try and look up where I got this from because I saved it from a website somewhere. It's not my design at all. I don't want to take credit for it. I will try and find it and put it in the description below, but I printed in here, I've just got to find it now, a little booklet, there it is, for one of my students who's trying to build some fluid reasoning, and this is hers and it matches. See, it's the same thing. She went through and she started colouring and she's now starting to put words in here. This is only recently we've started doing this. So she's going through, and as we add words to the wall to try and increase her fluid reasoning and recognition that she knows the word and she's seen the word, we're adding it to the book. And sometimes I write it, sometimes she writes it, sometimes she's trying to sound out a word and she'll bring it to me to check. Obviously she hasn't shown me that one yet. So she's trying to sound out those ones. I like the fact that she's circled it though because she's unsure about it. So this is really helping her, and just the fact that it matches up there, she knows that it connects together, and that's what she's working on, building those connections. In this space as well, I've got some more cube storage, and this is on wheels. I love it because I can move it anywhere in the room that I want, and I do. Sometimes we move it out and use it to stand at and work at. It can go over there if I want it to. If the kids want to stick stuff up on the window down there like they have, we can move it out of the way. It's so lightweight and it's easy to pack away when we have weekend language school. So this is another space that we can work at if we're going to use the interactive whiteboard. The brown round carpet is where I would direct the students. I don't say the front or the back because there is no front or the back. We use it all. So they might come and sit here and we'll use the interactive whiteboard. I've got some prompts up here, so sometimes I'll just rip these off. They're only blue tacked on and I'll use them as a reference. The kids can come over here and use the word charts if they want to. These though, you've seen before if you've seen my flexible learning videos. All of the charts and things are in here for the students and they can pick them up and take them anywhere in the room to work with. So over here, these are my trays with books and things. I have no teacher's desk. I have no need for a teacher's desk. This is my tray right here. And I keep some things in here. So I've got the remote for the whiteboard. I've got fast maths. I've got my clipboard at the moment with their speech marks that I did. There's just their trays there. And I try to keep it as minimal as possible. They've only got a few books. That's all they need. This space over here is where, I guess we call it the engine room if you're doing L3. This is where I do guided reading from. I do have a space back here that's for some independent learning for a particular student with their timetable there. However, that student knows that he doesn't have to sit there if he doesn't want to. He can use any space in the room, the same as the rest of the class. However, if he feels the need to sit on his own or work with a buddy or work with the SLSO, then that's fine, he can work there. So from this spot with guided reading, I can see the whole class working. It's a good vantage point for me. I can see what everyone's doing, and when my chair is tucked in, I can see the reading corner over there. And that way I can keep tabs on everyone while I'm still working. And it also means that these students that are here are not distracted by the class. That's what they can see. They see me and our lovely pictures at the back there. So it's a good spot for them. So you can see in my room, nothing's really designated. We work anywhere, and I really want to reinforce with kids that that's what learning is. Learning is anywhere at any time. We've also got an outdoor learning space, but it's getting cleaned at the moment. So I don't want to go out there and disturb the cleaner. It has some outdoor tables. We've got the AstroTurf, the fake grass out there, which is awesome. We've got a lovely tree for shade, and we can take any activity outside and do that. And we've done that before. We went outside for the entire day for outdoor classroom, Australia's first outdoor classroom day, and the kids loved it. But we do go out there as long as the weather's fine, and it's a good opportunity for the kids to get some fresh air, work in a comfortable space, do something different. So I might try and feature that in another video. And show you what our outdoor learning spaces look like. We've got different ones all over the school, so it's a great resource to have. I think the main thing that people should take away from this video is if you are not running a classroom like this, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just saying that it has benefits, obviously, storage benefits. It means running a bit more of a minimalist classroom, not having resources and cupboards and things everywhere, which I know can be hard to do. I've got a lovely big storeroom, I've got a nice big cupboard, and there's lots of storage in this school, which is a benefit. But I just love the fact that we can move anywhere we want in the classroom and know that we're learning. There's no set designated space to sit and listen to the teacher or to watch the teacher model something. We can do it anywhere, and we can go across next door to the other classroom if we need to. So it really reinforces with kids that learning can happen anywhere. They can have control over their learning, and that it's fun. Learning is fun. So I hope you like this one, guys. I'm about to go and now rearrange everything after showing you it all. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. I'd love it if you click to subscribe, see more of my videos. I'm here today at school by myself, so I'm going to be doing a few videos today. If you haven't, the button's down here, click to subscribe and check out one of my other videos at the top. And I hope to see you in the next video. And my New South Wales teachers, keep enjoying holidays. Bye.